The engine is starting up.
For launch. GC, go. Guidance, go. Fido, go. Prop, go. GNC, go. Max, go. Eagle, go. Ecom,
go. Pending final steps to cabin link check.
3, 2, 1.
Is there anyone here that would like to communicate with us? Can you give us a sign?
Welcome to the R.I.F.T Nation Network, the RNN, putting a slide in your glide and a dip in your hip. Welcome to the mothership, the home of the travelers of the universe. With shows throughout the week, you can find us at Instagram, Twitch, Facebook, YouTube, Spotify, and more. Everything you could want, everything you can need right here, right now. From the paranormal to the supernatural. From comedy to the spiritual. And now, your featured show. Shall we begin?
It's showtime, folks!
Podcast may contain material that some listeners may find sensitive, offensive, or disturbing. We strive to create respectful and informative content, but topics discussed may include mature themes such as violence, explicit language, or controversial subjects, triggering content including discussions related to mental health, trauma, or other sensitive issues, explicit language. Occasionally, our guests or hosts may use strong language. While we aim to handle these topics with care and empathy, we encourage listeners to exercise discretion. If you find any content distressing, consider skipping or seeking support. Remember that this podcast is not a substitute for professional advice. If you need assistance, please consult a qualified expert.
Hello, everybody. I'm so happy you guys are here. Let me get the chat up. Hello, hello, hello. Happy Friday. Sorry, my cats are trying to knock everything over. Hello, Heidi and Lewis and Mandy. Mandy, I just saw you message me. I will write you back soon. Hi, Deb. Deb, I have my little candle here. Hello, 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 everybody. I'm so happy you guys are here with me tonight. We're going to talk about the beautiful topic of human auras. And no, I'm not going to zoom in like that. So for agenda purposes, we're going to talk about the origin of auras. We're going to talk about how people found out we had them, how they started taking pictures of them. Excuse my cats, they're really wild tonight. We're going to talk about what colors mean, what the 7 layers are, and for a fun little treat, I had my aura photo taken, and I have that with me tonight. I'm going to show you that. A year ago, I had it done. So I'm so excited to break that down and show you guys. Hello, Kristen. So happy you're here. Welcome, welcome, welcome. So happy to see you guys. How is everybody? Has anybody else ever had their aura photo taken? Let me know. I would love to know. It was a good time. I'll tell you guys all about it in a second. Is everybody still coming in? Yeah, that's one of them. That's Shadow. I have 2 black cats. Well, one's full black cat, and then one's a tuxedo. And I don't know, he'll see him over here. I think he's sleeping. But this one up here, they love that little window. I'm in my basement right now, and they love that window. And we're getting pounded by a storm right now. So the rain is really adding to the effects of the cats. But I'm so excited. So let me get some pictures going here. Image photo library. So we can see what an aura looks like. Go down here. All right. Add. Let me move this. Hello. Hi. Thank you, Keith. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. How does I always have to hit it twice? I tell you, this tablet situation really sucks. I gotta get my laptop refixed. I miss it. But I feel like I always have to hit it twice, and it's still not coming up. All right, well, let's try a different one. Hello, Michelle. Hello, Heidi. Hello, hello, hello. Let me move this real quick, and we're gonna get started. If the picture doesn't come up, I'll just get started, and then I'll try another picture. But let me try one more. Hello, library. Try this one. Will you work? There we go. All right. Get me up here. Okay. So, what is a human aura? Well, for definition purposes, it is in theory we believe that we all have an energetic field around us. So, not just humans, plants, animals, everything has energy. And the theory is energy can come off in colors. So, us humans, animals, and all, for tonight's purpose, we're going to talk about humans. But we have different colors, and different colors represent a whole lot of things, and we're going to break those down. So I want you to look at this picture, and this is an example of what an aura would look like. So if you're looking at somebody, you would see all these different colors and layers around them. Now, the little blips going up and down the body, those are your chakras. That's a little bit different. So don't get that confused, because each chakra has a different meaning, and we're going to talk meridians and things like that too. But overall, this is what a human aura looks like. And again, towards the end, I will show you my aura that was taken. It could have changed by now, but when I had it taken, it was a really cool experience. Hadn't had a picture taken yet, but plan on it. You are shared out to the aligned groups. Thank you so much. It's a lot of fun, guys. If you can get the opportunity to get your aura photo taken, do it. It was a good time. I had it done here in Richmond. It was a pop-up one where somebody has a business that's far away, and she comes up every once in a while to Richmond. And my sister-in-law purchased it for a gift for me back at Christmas time, and we went, and it was so fun. And it was a cool experience. I've never seen it done live in person. So, but thank you for sharing. I appreciate you guys. If you have questions, please feel free to ask, or opinions. Again, if you are somebody who can see an aura, let me know, because there's a lot of gifted people in this world, especially like my psychics and, mediums and things like that. A lot of them can look at somebody and see their aura. So if you ever look at somebody, you can see their color. Like, for instance, have you ever looked at somebody and they're like glowing? Like, you look at them and they look like they have this golden light because they're just so glowy. That is part of their aura. They are glowing. That is that light shining. And we're going to talk about that too. I had my pick and a vid taken of a special cam. I changed the size and color, playing around, Justin vibration, freaked the owner of the cam out, and I'm called the show. That is so cool. Called you a show off. Yes, I'm telling you guys, Keith got the experience. It's a really fun thing when you put your hands on the plates and then it takes your picture. It's so cool. I love it. I can definitely see auras. Ooh. Have you ever been able to do that since you were a child, Heidi, or is it something you've grown? So sometimes I can see colors around people. It's not perfect. Like, I can't see all 7 layers and all the cool stuff that some of my gifted friends can do. But sometimes I can look at people and see like the basic colors, and it's like, hey, you have a lot of green around you, or hey, you're very golden, different things like that. But yeah, again, if you can do it, I'm hoping that she's going to come back through this holiday season, so that way I can get it done again, because I want to see how it changes. And things like that, and it's a lot of fun. She also does, and he didn't go with me last time, but I keep trying to convince David, my other half, because she does couple aura readings where you go in with your significant other or best friend or whatever the case may be, and she takes them both and kind of shows like how you're aligned, like is me and David aligned, how our colors are aligned. It's really cool. I did not get that done, but that's on my bucket list for this time. Hello. Plants and trees have them also. Yes, Keith. In this presentation, I have a photo, guys, of an apple, a hand, and I think a leaf. Because when you start talking about photography, in the original camera that did it, he believed out of Russia that it wasn't just humans. He was going to prove that fruit had energy too, which it does. I mean, everything has energy, but You can go up to the stone goddesses. Well, I'm sure red will work you. Really? I didn't know the stone goddesses. I've never been there. I keep saying I'm going to go to the stone goddess, and I haven't been. But this place was in downtown Richmond, and it was in like a pop-up thing. It was really cool. But I'm going to check that out. Yes, my sister could, ever since I can remember, I've never tried until about 15 years ago. I could instantly see colors. Ooh, oh, you took some courses at Boulder Psychic Institute? Wow. So that's cool, Heidi. So my mentor Glenda, she does mediumship every other Thursday classes, and it's been a while back, but one of them, she had us connect with each other, and we had to color in how we connected, how we saw the other person's aura. It was a really cool exercise, and you have to do arts and crafts and color in what you connected to the other person, and then she helped us read it. It was really fun. It was a really great experience. All right. Let's see if I can get some more. I need to get with, is it Jody that does the presentation, so I can get a crash course on how to do presentations on here. Okay. Let's start at the very beginning. Oh, and when we're talking about, let's see if this one's going to work. Hold on, guys. Image, photo library. When we're talking about energy fields. Okay, here we go. So right here, this is what is a depiction of our energy field. So your aura can be real close to your body, and then the really, really cool psychics and things and mediums that can really push them out to connect with spirit. When you do that, you push your aura out. So this kind of shows that how the whole field is around, and it's really cool. Let me remove this one. Were you at Mama Luna's? No, it was... I'll send you the name of it. I have it on my little book at home, but I have my photo to show you guys tonight. It was a very, very small shop, and it wasn't called Mama Luna's. It was called something else, but it was a very, very tiny. I mean, it was a really tiny store. But what was cool, when I went in there and looked around, they had like rooms with sound bowls, and it was like a whole vibe in there. I was like, oh, how did I know this existed in Richmond? Yeah, she does. I need to get with her so I can really like hone down, because I'm used to my laptop, which I can easily click, but right now my laptop has a blue screen of death. So I'm using my tablet, and it's a lot of different. I don't like it. I don't like how it does it. All right. But we can start here. Let's see, you're gonna come up. Let's see, I have to do it twice. I don't like that. Images. Let's start here. All right. Let me get rid of this picture. Let's start at the beginning, because we got to start with different ancient civilizations. Remove that one. Okay, so we can focus on this one. So as you can see, this is the layers. So this is a part of it. So I'm going to talk about the aquarium. No, it wasn't the aquarium. I love the aquarium. But I'm going to send you to it. I got to look it up because I don't want to get it wrong. I will send it to you, I promise. But it wasn't the aquarium. I've been going to the aquarium since I was like a teenager and thinking I was cool. But it's been a while. Yeah. So let's talk about a few different ancient civilizations all the way up to today. So let's start with India. So over in India and their ancient civilizations, and when they started noticing that colors, they believe a little bit different. So we over here on the western side, we have our body, and then we believe that we have these layers and color fields going around us. We're over in India, they started, let me see if I can get that bigger. So y'all can see it better. There we go. So they started where, they believe they have your body and your life force has different layers. They have 5 koshas. Now, and each one is tied to your life force and how you are in your life. So as you can see, you have your physical body, and this depiction, this one is red. You have your energy body, your emotional body, and then your wisdom body. Now, just because in this picture is red, yellow, green, blue, purple, that does not mean that yours is. This is just to help you guys kind of see. So this is how far it goes back. We're talking 1000 BCE when they started talking about auras, but they called it this back then. The heart energy field has a 3-foot diameter. Ever wonder why the lockdown required us to stand 6 feet apart so they don't touch? Keith, thank you, Ryan. Wow, I never thought about that, Keith. You're so smart. I love that. I don't love that that's why they did that. I love that, I meet people like you and brains work like that. Because I never thought about that. That's so cool. Yes, hi, Ryan's in the house. So, India. Boom, 5 koshas. Now, image. Library. Trying to make sure I don't hit take photo because then it just flips my screen all the way around. All right. It's gonna make, oh no, it did it perfect this time. Remove that one. Okay, ancient Egypt, because you know my heart and soul was in ancient Egypt. Now, hieroglyphs in ancient Egypt, stating from the very beginning, showed carvings like this. So you see the little person, well, it's not a person, it's a god, but the person, and you see how there's a circle over its head. Well, they didn't really see it as colors in ancient Egypt. They more seen it as like halos and divine light. So focus on that because we're going to talk about how halos transform into Christianity in a few seconds. But going back to ancient Egypt, they, whenever they depicted their gods or goddesses on their walls and the pyramids and all that, they always put this little circle if it was a god because it meant it was divine. So you would have like a halo effect and they would be divinely blessed down. They also, they believed that you had a kai or a spirit double, and that spirit double accompanied you when you passed away. It had to accompany you into the underworld, into the afterlife. In ancient Egypt, when you died, you had to go get your you had to go to the gate and you had to get your, the heart versus the feather to see how you were and if you could go on or if you're going to be stuck. And it's a whole thing, but it's pretty cool. I love how their concept of death in ancient Egypt was. But this is how we started getting this halo feel, right? Because they believed that the light would shine down on the person, on the god's head, creating the halo effect, which is their version of an aura. Kristen, how's the job? I'm so happy you're here. So, again, ancient Egypt. Image. Photo library. Ancient Egypt. Oh, here's another one. It's a better one. Hold on, guys. Image. Photo library. It's a little bit wider one that kind of shows more. Here we go. See, one's holding and see the how they have it over their head. Your higher self. There you go, Keith. Your higher self, because they were really big on that, and they still are. A lot of I don't want to say religions, but practices, whatever, civilizations. They were really big on your higher self. It wasn't a straight line. You had to appease the gods, and you ascended, and the more you ascended, this cat, the more that you would get higher, and your light would get brighter. Okay, let me get rid of this one. Okay, let's see. Image rocket, please. My cat is determined that he's going to knock everything over. All right. Now, moving on to the next country. I'm trying to make sure I remove these as I go. Thank you guys for your patience. Okay, China. Now, China doesn't really call it an aura either. Back then, they call it the key or key. What is it? It's QI, and I always mess it up. But so they believe also, you see how he's holding them? They believe in meridians. So I have a photo of that too, but I wanted to kind of show you the depiction of him holding the colors, because remember, the aura is all about, when we look at it today, it's all about colors. So I want to make sure I showed you guys this. Now, and then we're going to talk about what they really honed down on. Here we go. Okay, so meridians. So I know we're kind of going all over the place, but I want you to pause on the auras, and we're talking about the meridians. So meridians is these electrical currents that go all through our body. Think about like highways, and each one is marked for something. So like as you see in this depiction, there's one for like the large intestine, blood circulation, heart, yada, yada, yada. Fun fact, I've had a meridian flush done, and it was the most coolest experience ever. I had a lot of cool things. If it's something spiritual, usually I'm signing right up for it. I'm there. But I didn't even know what a meridian was when I first started. And then Glenda was like, she was offering a flush, and I was like, what is that? And I went and had my meridians flushed, and everything put back like it's supposed to be spiritually, and it was a really cool time. So as you can see, just like the outside of the body has an aura, we have these internal, I call them spiritual highways that kind of connect all of our organs. And just like your chakra, if something's going on in your life and one of your chakras is wonky, it sets your meridians wonky, and then you have all this other stuff happen. So you have to get those things like meridian flushes and you get your chakras in balance and your aura and all that to be back to your highest self. So again, this is how China perceives this. Okay. Let me get rid of Mr. Guy right here. I forgot what his name was. Photo library. Okay. Now, image. Photo library. Come on, Mr. Greek people. Just move on. I don't know why my Greek images never want to work. Image. Photo library. Add. There we go. Okay. Greece. So Plato, he would call it radiant energy or spiritual light. He believed in auras too. Of course, back then, again, guys, it's not called auras. They called it radiant light. I had to use this one. This one, they're in a cave talking about the radiant light that shines down on the gods. They have photos depicted of gods in Greece with the beautiful light around them, but they're all naked. And for Facebook purposes, I cannot show those. I was trying to find a really good one, but all the ones I have from Greece, they're all naked. So, but just like that, they believe in spiritual light too. And they also believe that the more closer you are to the gods or goddesses, you are more lit up, you have more light, you're more lucky, you know, the gods are gonna make you abundant versus anybody else because you are doing the offerings, you're doing all the things, and your light is growing and you're ascending. So this is kind of a depiction of Plato and he's in the cave talking about it. But when the energy gateways get blocked, it affects our physical health. Yes, absolutely. I got to get my chakras in check. Our bodies are bioelectric chemical machine. Yes. Yes. I love it. Okay. Manny, that's funny. My chakras are probably all over the place too right now. That's funny. Okay. Now. Oh, let me see if I can show this real quick. I guess I have to get rid of this. So one of Plato's in their quotes says, a desire for knowledge will, that's one of my favorite quotes by them. A desire for knowledge will provide a light of influence that will never be extinguished. Because he believed that your light was influenced through desire, emotion, and all, which is true. All of our lights, we are emotional beings, and we lead with emotion and greed and all the things. So I wanted to show that. That has nothing to do with auras, but it's one I saw when I was pulling a picture. And I was like, oh, that's one of my favorite quotes. Okay. Now, let's move on to Christianity. Okay. This is Archangel Michael. Saint Michael the Archangel. Whatever you want to call him. When we went to, so remember I told you in Egypt they did it too. They had a halo. And then boom, next thing you know, Christianity takes off. And when Christianity takes off, they're not going to accept the fact of higher spiritual beings and auras and lights and all that stuff. However, all angels, all saints, and of course Jesus, what do they have? They have halos around their head. Saint Michael right here, he has a halo around his head. Now this one, of course, doesn't look all bright and shiny like you're used to seeing. However, I have, if it's going to show, I need like some music for when I'm doing the in between the photos. All right, come on, Mr. Man. Okay, he obviously Jesus doesn't want to be seen tonight. Image, photo library. Okay, well, I had one of Jesus, but he's not coming up, so I'm going to pause on that because I don't want to be here all night. But so all angels, all saints, archangels, and Jesus, always Mary. If you ever look at the Mary, Mother of God, she has a big halo around her. They're beings of light, and it's always from their top of their head because they feel like, you know, they shine down, the heavens shine down through the head. So theirs is more like halos, where ours is more like beautiful colors. Thank you, guys. I appreciate you guys being here. The other frog brother in the house. So I was at the bank today to tell her I felt a really strong connection, but more intense, like I knew her. And for she like, maybe you guys are kindred spirits. You know, a lot of times we will meet people that we have connection with. If you're somebody that believes that when you pass away, you know, you go up and then you get your next set of lessons and you come on back down unless you've ascended that far up to where you don't have to. You probably knew each other in another life. You never know. You never know. All right, let me move on to the next one since Jesus doesn't want to come up. All right. I think it's because I have too many things up here. All right. Okay. Let me get rid of some of these so they'll come up. All right. So, sister, this chick was very strong. Hey, that's good. You know what? You guys were, I'm telling you, I've met people I feel like I've known my whole life. Jesus and Ascended Master taught we can also be. I fully believe 100%. I stand by the fact that Jesus was an Ascended Master. Absolutely. I agree, Keith. I know a lot of people don't like to hear me say that, but I absolutely believe that. I don't know why people get so offended. But so then we move on to Jewish mysticism. And boom, here comes more beautiful colors and lineups and things like that. So they are energetic layers of the soul, which each is its own spiritual glow. So they say that every layer of our soul, which I'm going to show y'all more, has, and this is Jewish, has a different form of colors. And depending on what color your layer of your soul is, tells you where you've been, tells you if you have trauma, if you're enlightened, if you have spiritual connection, you know, yada yada yada. If you have negative attachments, because there's ways to tell if you have a negative attachment based on your things like that. And so this is how they believed, and this is how they saw it. Okay, might have to skip a couple here. Oops, I didn't mean to hit that. All right. Oops, now I'm putting too many. All right, I'm gonna show this one. Then we're gonna move on to like modern day. That's most important. All right, then of course Buddhism, which is one I really enjoy too. I like a lot of different things. Buddhism, obviously, is all about peace and love and enlightenment, and they are fully in tune with their higher self, and they also believe that an aura is a radiant body, and they also have the rainbow body phenomenon. This is where the colors really take in, because they believe that your body has a rainbow effect. And depending on which color is stronger is where you're at as far as your ascension and what's going on with your body. And if you have a full rainbow, then you have truly mastered your spiritual transcendence. Where some people might have a couple of colors, some people might have every color. And they say if you have the full, in Buddhism at least, if you have the full-fledged rainbow, then you are top tier transcendent. Hello, Robert. I'm so happy you're here. All right. Let's get to more modern day. Let's get back to the western side of the world. That was kind of like touching on how we gun, obviously. I want to talk about her first. Image. Okay. Let's see if I can move some of these. All right, Helena. If nobody knows who Helena is, please look up the Western society. And when all the spiritual movement came on over here, you have one. She's one of the main ones that we have to thank for that. She helped introduce Eastern aura concepts. So she went over to India and all those places, and then she pulled them on. She's not the only one, to be fair. She's not the only one, but she was dominant in helping bring all that mysticism on over here. Now she's controversial in some of her beliefs, and we're not here to debate that. But what we can thank for her for is bringing a lot of the stuff that we know today in the Western world from India and places like Tibet and things like that she visited and she learned and brought them over to us. Yes, that is beautiful. So she brought them all over, and then she started talking, and then boom, next thing you know, we have a few people saying, hey, I can read auras just by looking at you. I don't know if she could do that, but I have a couple other people that can. Photo library. Come on, Mr. Man, get up here. There we go. Hey, did it the first time here. All right. So boom, we've hit society. We're still very early in the 19th century, and in 1920s, that's where we're at now. And so this guy right here, Charles Leadbeater, he claimed that he could look at you and he could see and draw your aura. He wrote a book about it. He believed that if you were clairvoyant, you could see auras. Or you should be able to at least. And if you couldn't do it yet, he believed that if you just did a little bit of practice, you could do it too. And he would do that. He would look at you and say, hey, this is what I see. This is what the color represents. This is what you need to look for. Go get something to rebalance. Go get some Reiki. Go get whatever you need to get and get yourself together. So he is one of them that's well known. And he's actually, I could do a whole presentation on him because he's well known for a whole lot of stuff. But hello. Everybody saying hello to Robert. So we have him. And we also have this lady right here. See, she didn't come up the first time. Some of them, they don't want to come up. And some of them do. It might be because I have too many down there. Okay, here we go. Hello, Kassan. Hello, Dragon. I'm so happy you guys are here. If you're just tuning in, we're talking about auras. So this is Annie Besant. She also was really big, and she wrote a book too about it, that she could look at you and say, hey, I see this color around you. Your aura is this color. Your aura is big, small, in between. You're divinely got it, whatever. She's another one that could do it. They didn't need photography to do this. This is way before photography hit mainstream. They didn't need it. They could just look at you and do it on their own. I'm so happy you guys are here. Welcome. Don't mind all my photos that are piling up at the bottom. Okay, photo library. Now, let me see if I can get this quote. I'm a big quote person. She also said, she is the one that was quoted saying, clairvoyants can see flashes of color constantly changing in the aura that surrounds every person. Each thought, each feeling, thus translating itself in the astral world, visible to the astral sight. Because someone told me I have a deep red aura. Ooh, maybe so. Hello, Glenda. So happy you're here. So I want you guys to see that. See, every thought, each feeling translates into the astral world, which is then visible through our aura. Because remember, there's a fine line. If you believe in the veil, some people believe there's no veil. But there's a fine line between us as in meat suits and the astral world that we have all around us. Linda, how are you? Okay. Now, fast forward, here comes this guy. We can't talk about image. Where'd he go? Photo library. Come on, Mr. Man. Russia. Now, I want y'all guys to think about Russia. So, this guy comes along. Simon. I might be saying that wrong. And he's in Russia. He's a brilliant man. But he comes along and says, okay, all these people say they can see auras. I believe they can see auras, but how can we prove it, right? Because everybody wants proof. So what did he do? He created the first camera that would show energy fields. Now, there's a lot of skeptical people that are about on his camera and things like that. It's unfair how they attacked him. But his concept in this way is what we have today to see our auras. But he believed it, and he knew that he was going to prove it. And if he felt like if he could prove it by taking pictures and showing you, that everybody would believe in this theory of energy around the body. Now, a lot of people believed him, and a lot of people just knocked him down and told him he was crazy, and he was just picking up, condensation and all this other stuff that they would say he was picking up in his camera. We actually have 3 auras, the outer, the inner, and the actual. Ooh, look at Keith educating us. I love that. I'm going to write that down. I know we have 7 layers, but you know what? The more I feel like I know about something, the more I learn. What happened? Doing fantastic. The OGs of the new age. Yes. You cannot talk about auras without talking about this guy. So, he's the one I was telling you guys. Let me show this. There it goes. This is an apple's aura. So this is what he would do. Obviously, he took pictures of humans, obviously. But he wanted it to be different. So he would take photos of fruit, Leaves, plants, because plants have their own aura and energy. Food does. Why do you think they tell you should eat whole foods? Because fruit is energizing, and when you eat it, it's good for your body versus going to get that processed crap and weighing you down and making you feel yuck. Look at the energy in this apple. Look how beautiful it is. Yes, isn't that beautiful? And so skeptics would come and tell this man, oh, you're not picking up energy, you're picking up condensation, you're picking up weird stuff, right? They were really mean to him about it, but he really fully believed it. What about was he spiritual? So was he devil's demon? I don't know. I don't know about that. I don't know what he was. I don't have much info on him. I'll have to look into that for you. For me too, actually. More for me than you. I'm not sure about that. Let me show you this one. There's a hand. This obviously is a human hand. But this is somebody's human hand. Obviously, it appears that this is a male hand. I could be wrong. But look at the energy behind it. Look at the energy coming off of the hand. I love that food plants would have the aura too. Yes. It's things like fruit and your good foods, your vegetables, things that, grow, have really cool auras. That's really cool. Now, when you start getting into refined sugars and all that, obviously that's where it's gonna kind of cut off, because now you're messing up nature. Good God particle. Everything exists on many dimensions. We exist on many spheres. Absolutely. It's energy. Yes. Isn't it cool? Photo library. I want to show you guys that. Now, where did my thingy go? Oops. Okay, there I am. All right, let me show you this camera, then I'll show you mine. Oops, hold on. Image, photo library. Because this is kind of how the camera looked that I did. Okay, the camera's not coming up. Why are you guys not coming up? Image. Yeah. There we go. Okay, so this is of course, this over time has been remade, but this is his device. This is what he did. He created these plates. Here it does all the energy and stuff over here in this little box. And this is how you take the picture. So my hand's going like that when I was doing that. So now I want to get an art photo. Okay. Lisa, Reiki healing. Reiki healing is amazing. It's amazing. Oh, you saw your hands glowing? All right. Let me see. Image. Photo library. Oops. Sometimes when you touch it, it wants to bring up all the pictures at one time. I don't need that many. I just want to bring up one. There's me. So I went to the place. I told you it was a pop-up. And what they did was you go in, and when you go into the room, they have this little tent set up with all these machines. And what she did was she took my photo first, just me, and then I had to take my hands and hold them on this, like this. It looked like a metal plate. I don't know what the plate's made out of, but these plates. And you have to hold them for so long. And as you're holding them, it takes a picture of your energy field. And there you go. There is me, and there is my aura. We only see 0.4% of light. I believe that. Hello Kitty in the background. Yeah. I don't know what he's looking at. Isn't that cool? So remember we talked about rainbows? As you can see in my aura, I have no red. I have no yellow. My aura is all purple, blue, white, indigo. That's my whole aura. So the picture's a little cut off, but if he was to completely take me away from the bottom and just see my aura, it's all. I have those little round circle white things up there. The lady that did my reading, she said those are my spirit guides that are really connected to me. Well, that's true or not, that's here nor there. I don't know why she would lie, but that was her interpretation. She came out with my photo and she was like, I don't know if you already know, but you're really gifted. And, as you can see, this blue and the indigo shows that, you're divinely guided. You're really close to your gifts. You have really good gifts. Of course, she could tell everybody that, but this is things I'm just telling you guys she told me. But I found it interesting. I don't have no red. I don't have no green. I don't have any yellow. I'm just blue, purple, and white. Yeah, isn't that cool? So what is all around us all the time? So while we're talking about the colors, let me see. Where did I put my little notepad here? Because I wanted to talk about our layers. Okay. So your cat has similar colors too. Really? Next time, adjust it. Raise and lower by adjusting your mood. Sometimes really happy versus sometimes really not happy. We'll change. Yeah, I want to get mine redone. I want to get it redone. Now, when I did it, I was really nervous because I was sitting there like I had never done it before, and I was just like, what is this gonna say about me? But I was really last year. I was very locked in. I was doing a whole lot of things with my spiritual journey. I was very focused forward. I was really deep into demonology then. And I was focused, so maybe that's why it shows that. I usually get 2 to 3 colors, but I will do that, Keith. Next time I will adjust and see. Blue and purple are my usual. They say if it's blue and purple, you're very you stop. What's the word? Enlightened, I guess is the correct term for it. I don't know what my cat is chasing a fly. Okay. Everything's about to crash because he's chasing a fly. All right, so let's talk about why y'all look at this picture of me. 7 layers of the human aura. So first we have your etheric body, which is the first layer. This is closest to your meat suit. Okay. And that's usually where you see the blue and gray. This is the blueprint of your physical body. It holds the shape of your organs, the bones. It's your meat suit, guys. This is what holds everything in. This is where the meridians flow through. And then we move on to the emotional body, which is the second layer. This is where you hold your feelings, your emotions. Are you happy, sad? Or you've been crying all the time? This is where all that layer is holding in. Then we have the mental body, which is your third layer. This is where you relate your thoughts, beliefs, and mental patterns. So if you're somebody that always stays in that same pattern, this is where that layer is. You have to break out of that. You wonder what your aura is like, guys. If you get a opportunity, I'm telling you, you won't regret it. I don't know how much it costs because it was gifted. I'm pretty sure it's different around the world. This was gifted to me as a Christmas gift, so I'm not sure what the price point is of it. But it was really fun. And again, they do also do couple ones too, where they put you and your partner's apply. Put you and your partner in there, and you put your hands on it, and you see how you relate. Okay, 4 is the astral body. This is the bridge between the lower and the higher bodies. This is where compassion, your relationships are, your spirituality is hindering everything. So 5 is your etheric template body. This is where you mold your physical body. It kind of, helps mold it. It maintains the integrity of the physical form. This is how your physical body stays how it is. Then you have, this cat stop. Then you have number 6 is your celestial body. This is where you experience spiritual ecstasy. This is where you have unconditional love. And I'm not talking about from family and friends. I'm talking about with consciousness, with spirit, like you are at peace. Divine connection, things like that. You feel very enlightened, you feel good. And if you've ever been in a meditation where you feel like you're at peace, there's no, especially except for like me being a mom, there's not much that trumps. Me being a mom is number 1, but then beside that feeling of pure bliss and a spiritual connection, is top of the line feelings. That's better than some other feelings we feel. The 3 R's. Yeah. Yes. Keith, thank you for coming. You're so I love your wisdom. I love it. I love your show too. Guys, make sure you guys check out the Otter's Den with Keith. And you're doing another one too, right? What's the other one you do? I really enjoy them. They're really good. I love your wisdom. The 7th is your casual body. This is where, this one holds your past life energy, your karma, because we all have to endure karma. It's where your crown chakra is, things like that. So, what time is it? Okay, I'm getting close. I want to talk about how we can help. Not really. I don't want to say help, because that sounds weird. How we can maintain our aura in its best method, and how we mess up we not mess it up, but we kind of send our body wonky. chakras and all. So obviously, if you are in a toxic environment, you're gonna mess up your chakras. You're gonna mess up everything. I'm not saying that we all live a perfect life, but if you are constantly in a toxic environment, marriage is in shambles. All y'all do is fight. Um, it could be with your husband, parents, whatever. You work in a horrible situation, and if you keep saying, "Well, you're not well, you're being abused," etc. Um, this can really mess up things, and physically, mentally, all the above. So we want to do that. Watch out for the energy vampires. Yes, I'm a firm believer in energy vampires. I have met a couple. Watch out for them. They will suck your energy and they will kind of make everything wonky too. I've experienced that. Paranormal Outlaws. Thank you. That's what it is. Paranormal Outlaws. I knew I was missing it. I really like that one. I like that one because you guys are like off. There's no like formality. It's just being yourself. I love it. Obviously addiction. So I'm not judging anyone in here, but if you have addictive qualities, alcohol, substances, other things, because a lot of things can be addictive, this can cause your aura to change. It can cause your chakras to be in line, your meridians. Also, one thing that we all are guilty for, at least I am, and my kids definitely are, but this little doohickey right here, screen time. How many of us are on our screens way too much? This affects us too. We can go into like 5Gs and EMF and things like that all day. But too much screen time really messes it up. So, obviously, on top of the screen time, EMF pollution, because most people don't know, depends on what it means to you. But for me, red is fire, yellow is sun, and white is light path. Hey, I love that. Trust me, I'm not the expert. What something means for me can be completely different for you, and I love that and respect it. Not linear time like here. Some are forward and back. I think the spirits can move through time, but it's all separated by stipulations like flesh. We are already spirits. They see us as spirits. We are moving through phases of filter. Yeah. So for me personally, I don't believe in the veil anymore. I think the veil left a long time ago. I just feel like that's whether you can see through the dimensions or not. I mean, and I could be wrong. And maybe there is a veil. I don't believe there's a veil anymore. I think that thing went away a long time ago, um, because the paranormal field has gone haywire. But I could be wrong. And you're right. I mean, nobody's the fool knows all the answers. So you could be right. All right, let's talk about how to keep your aura vibrant and healthy. Energy cleansing rituals. So whatever your preference is, if you like Palo Santo, if you like sage, if you like certain incense, I know frankincense is one. Oh God, there's a whole bunch of them. Obviously, safely, guys. Don't go burning things. If you have asthma and children and pets, do it safely. But those cleansings, taking a salt bath, if you don't have, make sure health wise. If you can take a salt bath, take a salt bath, Epsom salt, Himalayan salt. That really helps your body. I hear drugs create holes in your auras. Yes, Kassan. Yes. Hi, Kevin. Hello. Oh, I'm sorry. Water in the garden. We are light bodies wearing in meat suits. Yeah. I don't know who the first person I heard call our skin a meat suit, but ever since then, I've stole that, and now it will always be a meat suit for me. I think it's so hilarious. Salt baths. They get rid of toxic energy. They really do. And if somebody has, because when we go out in public and we're around people, you have no idea what their intentions are. You have to cleanse yourself. Crystals, black tourmaline, selenite. Oh God, what's the other ones? Clear quartz, amethyst. There's so many really good protective crystals. You can put them in your pocket. Women put them in their purse, your bra. You can make a crystal grid in your house, your bedroom. You can put selenite sticks above your door to protect your environment, and then that's going to help you. Obviously, most important, besides what you put in your body, is what you do with your mind. So meditation every single day. I don't care if it's 5 minutes, 2 minutes, an hour. Find time to meditate, whether before work, after work, in the shower, whatever. Before you close your eyes at night, find a few minutes to meditate because it will change your life. Focus on your breath work. If you don't know how to meditate, start by just focusing on breathing and then work your way up. Find your YouTube video for guided meditation. There's so much out there to help you. Or hang a mesh bag of sea salt in the shower if you don't have a tub. Yes, Heidi, thank you for that. Yes, yes, yes. Let me overlay this so you guys can see this too. Sorry about that. I thought I had it overlaid and I realized I did not. Yes, that's a good idea too. And you can put little crystals in your shower too. Don't get your crystals wet, guys, but if you have a safe place, because some crystals can't, it will ruin them. Some can handle it, some cannot. Yes, 3 pounds of salt with baking soda, 20 to 30 minutes, soak in all parts if you have a shower only salt scrub. Yes, yes, I love a good salt bath. I don't think auras change per se. Like dull and maybe colors might appear faded or brighter depending on where you are at health wise. I'm not saying you're wrong. Absolutely. Listen to sound healing frequencies. Yes, frequency music is really good. Frequency has been used throughout the ages. It's used for healing, it's used for torture. Um, don't sleep on frequencies because, I mean, they have frequencies to help you sleep, to help you feel energetic, to help your anxiety, to help you feel all kinds of funny love feelings. It's pretty cool. Check that out. Oh, cool. I will definitely do that. I would love to hear your stories. Guys, that I'm like a kid in a candy store. If somebody wants to talk about this stuff, I love it. So yes, I will definitely do that. I love to talk anything, especially if it's paranormal, spirituality. I am your girl. Um, I do. I love it. What else? Oh, obviously. So we're doing meditation. What we put in our body. I am so guilty of having a sweet tooth. I have probably, set myself back a few times. If you really can work on, I'm not saying you have to lose weight. It has nothing to do with losing weight. Just what you put in your body. So if you can add some fruits, add some veggies, some good whole foods into your diet each day. You don't have to go on a full-fledged whole foods diet, but just add an apple a day or some grapes or watermelon or fresh greens, whatever you like. Cucumbers. Cucumbers are really good for cleansing. Add something. Love these chit chats too. Yes, yes. I'm telling you guys, don't get me started. I can talk about paranormal spirituality till I'm left this plane. um, Positive thinking. You have to let go of anger. You have to let go of fear. I tell people every day, people come to me for readings because I do tarot readings. I do, help with paranormal if you have it. But one of the main things I do is when I'm helping people, because, it kind of is a common denominator. I tell them you have to let go. You have to let go because you're mad at this person. You're mad at this person. Let it go. They're living their life over there, smiling, laughing, and you're over here worried about what they're doing. Let it go. I know it hurts, and as humans, we're meant to feel, but you can't hold on. You have to get out of that space. Foods, colors of the chakras. Yes, you can do your foods, the color of the chakra you're trying to rebalance. Obviously, if you know somebody that can do Reiki, or if you can do Reiki yourself, that's amazing. Um, Things like that. There's a lot of different healing sessions you can do. Let's see, what else did I miss? If you are somebody that does not do spirituality, but maybe you are more on the Christian side, prayer works great too. Whatever prayer resonates you, write your own prayer. I've told many people, if you don't know what prayer you like, write it. The point is you're putting your intention behind it, and when you go to recite that prayer and you're putting your essence into it, you believe it's real, it makes it work. Drink some tea before your Pepsi. There you go. Drink that green tea before that Pepsi. No, you're right. If you can start your day with like a herbal tea versus like coffee or soda, it's a lot better for you. I am guilty of coffee. I am a mom. I work in the medical field. I am go, go, go. So I'm a coffee addict, but I need to tell myself that. What am I missing here? We talked about frequencies, tuning forks. If you can do a sound bath, that's cool too. Oh, one big one too. I look at my notes. Grounding. Get your feet out there in that grass. If you are in a facility where you don't go outside, or you don't have the ability for health to go outside, and you have a plant in your house, go stick your fingers in the dirt. Talk to the plant. Plants, fun fact, plants love it if you talk to them. I know it makes you look a little cuckoo, but they grow better if you give them affirmations. But I always tell, because I have a few people I've met and I've done readings for that are in facilities. I tell them, go put your fingers in that dirt. Go put your hand in water. I don't care. There's so many ways to ground yourself if you're not able to get outside. But if you can, put them toesies in the grass. Hug a tree. Thank you, Keith. I appreciate you. All life is suffering. No, it's not. I don't accept that. I'm not suffering. I drink coffee, but also water in the mix. I need at least 2 coffees a day, or it's not pretty. Hug a tree is true. Or if you don't want to hug it, just take your hand and put it flat on the tree. Two cats and a dog. I talk to them all the time. There you go. There you go. Okay, where did I go? Oops. I lost myself in the mix here. There we go. My colors were green, yellow, and I think like a violet. Hey. Finished my chai tea now, having water in my Pepsi. There you go. I love it. Look at okay, there we go. Now we can see better. Gratitude or game changer. Yes. First thing I do is I thank whoever woke me up that morning. Thank you. Thank you for waking me and my family up happy, healthy, and safe. That is one of the first things I say every morning because not everybody has that gift. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I appreciate you guys. All right, guys, it's about that time. I'm about to jump off of here. I want to thank everybody for coming and hanging out with these auras. Again, if you have the opportunity and able to, go get that aura. You see my picture up there. Go get that aura picture done. It's a really cool time, and it kind of tells you like what your aura looks like, and then you can look up the colors and see how it matches your personality traits and things like that. It's a fun thing to do. I'm really glad I got to do it. Showers are grounding as well. Water comes out of the ground and goes back. Absolutely, Lisa. Showers are very grounding. That's why we do a lot of meditative showers if you can. Thank you, guys. I'm trying to thank you so much. I'm trying to think what else I want to say. Make sure you guys are doing something good for yourself. I think I saw, was it Glenda? Somebody posted that we're getting ready to enter Mercury retrograde again, and we already did. So there we go. Make sure you guys do something good for yourself. Take care of yourself. Get some good, to drink that tea. Get some good foods in you. Ground when you can. Take that meditative shower. Do all the things that are going to make you feel better, and your aura will shine. Again, thank you. I love you guys. I hope you guys have a great weekend. I'll see you next Friday, same time.